We could not let this Black History Month pass without recognizing that for the first time in 30 years, a Metro Atlanta Montessori school is now owned by an African-American couple. You guys better do it. This is Cecily and Najee Owens, the owners. Thanks so much for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
So first, can you just kind of explain for people who don't know, what's the difference between a regular traditional school and a Montessori school?
Yeah, so one of the biggest differences is traditional schools have the teacher at the front of the class and the students are sitting down behind them, whereas in a Montessori classroom, the teacher walks around and observes the students. The age groups are different. There's what they call mixed age groups from like 1 to 3 and then 3 to 6. And I think the biggest difference is they, instead of teaching you something to remember in a book to get a good grade on a test, they teach you to become lifelong learners.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. So you guys went from going business to schooling. How did you guys get into education? Why did you make that shift?
Yeah, and I'll kind of speak to that as well. So we started our business career in real estate investing. And since then, Cecily and I had a beautiful baby girl, and we were looking for early childhood education for her, but we couldn't find any good options. And that's when we stumbled upon the Montessori philosophy, and we loved their independence and kind of following the child. But at that time, we couldn't afford it. So fast forward to now, we've got the opportunity to own and operate a Montessori school. So now Cecily and I have a new passion, which is educating the youth through the Montessori philosophy.
Awesome. Okay. And Cecily, can you talk about why it is so significant that you guys are an African-American couple who are owning this school?
So I would say the significance really is that we stand on the backs of the owners that came before us. And even more so, we stand on the backs of the teachers that have been there for over 18 years and are still there today. So what's important is now we have the responsibility and the opportunity to really educate the Black community on the power of being in a Montessori environment and what it does for the individual child and what it can do for the entire community.
Okay, so how's it been going? Any accomplishments that you could speak of?
Yes, so when we first took over, well, I would say this, during the pandemic, the school was shut down like most businesses were, and enrollment dropped down to about 13. And because of the demographics that we serve, 2 months later, the school was able to open back up, and enrollment was around 30. Since then, Cecily and I have been able to grow the enrollment to around 65 today. And the reason why we were able to do that is one of the classrooms were closed, and we've been able to open that up and find a great Montessori teacher to lead that classroom. So now we have 5 thriving classrooms. And what I would say is one of the greatest accomplishments, like Cecily said, is our teachers. 6 of our 13 teachers that we have been with the school for over 18 years.
Wow.
And we've been able to retain them and keep them happy. And that's a true testament to not only their dedication to the children, but also to the Montessori philosophy.
It is. And speaking of those teachers, they've been able to incorporate Black history into the curriculum, right?
Yes, they have. Yeah.
Absolutely.
How do they do that?
Yeah, so one thing that I always say is that Black history doesn't start on February 1st and end on February 28th. One thing that I think has been a goal for me and Najee is to make sure that the community and we want the world to know that Black history is American history. And that's something that we want to implement all throughout the year.
Okay, awesome. Well, if a parent is at home listening and thinking, I want to get my kid involved, how can they do that?
Absolutely. They can visit our website at DecaturMontessori.com.
Awesome. Thank you guys both for being here. It sounds like you're doing incredible work with our kids. Yeah, and of course you can find out more about this on our website, AtlantaNewsFirst.com. We will have this entire interview posted there. You can also find it on our